Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Kristen, back at it again with another plan with me. I don't know when that became like my go-to intro, but it falls off the tongue and I don't know. I just never know what else to say. Like, hoi minoi, it's your girl, like Kayla. No, I don't. My boyfriend's been saying hoi minoi a lot. It's the SpongeBob language if you are confused. So there's that. Anyways, I've gained a ton of followers in the last 2 weeks. So hello, new people, welcome. I'm sorry that I am fairly inconsistent and that is just something that will not change. But I am using this really pretty kit from Sadie Stickers called Terracotta. I saw this kit, fell in love. Do I have a plant? No. Well, that's a lie. I have one plant, but it's not technically mine. It is my boyfriend's, and it's a banana plant because when we were talking about moving into this apartment together and he was super excited, or when I was super excited, he was really excited about one thing, and that is getting a banana plant. And if you don't know, banana plants are actually fairly expensive and hard to find in Texas because it's just not a thing, you know, it's just really hard. So I worked and tried to find a place that sold them and couldn't find anything in Houston. I like checked all the garden centers that I never wanted to go to ever in my life, and I like walked up and down those things because people don't actually know what the fuck they have. They're just like, oh yeah, if we did have that, it would be over here, so you can check over there. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like walking across these massive plant places only to find out that they don't have it and that they have a fruit plant, and they say that a fruit plant is similar. And I'm like, bro, fuck you, you know, like just not what I wanted. And I genuinely felt offended at the time that he made me waste right there. Also, I cuss in my videos. I was like thinking of a different way to say that. I use profanity. So maybe don't have me on, you know, in your like church, or I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Just be mindful. I have colorful language in there, and I have like a couple like warnings throughout my channel to let you know that all my videos cuss. It just falls right off the tongue. My dad isn't very impressed with it, but what are you gonna do? Also, I just realized this is the week of Father's Day, and I did not mark Father's Day. I did not mark Father's Day in my planner because I'm a bad child. But I marked something in the moment of Father's Day. I don't know. Okay, you'll see what I'm saying. I just whited it out. Look at me. I'm just like, ugh, gross, Father's Day. Ugh, ugh. Just nasty. No, I love my dad. He's actually a fantastic man. We don't always see eye to eye, but we always, you know, we love each other more than anything, and that's real family, and it's just so nice. My dad is amazing. I feel like I get a lot of stuff from my dad. Like my personality is probably pretty similar to my dad. He's always really charismatic and super talkative, very personable, and I don't know, my dad definitely taught me confidence, so I know that I get that from my dad. Not that my mom isn't confident, but I think my dad kind of just taught me like blind arrogance, and I get that from him. So also my dad is like literally hilarious. He's so charismatic and just joyous, and I would like to think that I'm those same things and that I get them from him. But my dad is also a very southern man despite growing up in the north most of his life, so that's quirky, you know, but he's so southern. He loves all his little metaphors. I remember growing up, whenever I would get in trouble or I'd bring home like bad grades on my progress report or my report card or whatever you call it, I'd be so terrified for my mom to see them, but like when my dad would see them, oh my God, he would give me like these lectures out the wazoo. And they're not even like coherent lectures where it makes sense, you know, to an 8-year-old getting her first C-, you know, in whatever grade or assignment it was. He likes to give me these just really drawn out metaphors as my lectures, and it was so bad to the point to where I hated the lectures so much that I genuinely wish that he would just ground me. I'm like, Dad, just like take my phone, please, like just stop talking, like I can't do this anymore. They were so bad, but I do remember them. I remember one time I lied to my dad about eating on the couch, and he like caught me eating because I left the bowl on our ottoman, and then the bowl that I was using left like a little ring on the ottoman, like an impression. And that's how I got caught. He's like, you know how I know you're lying? Because look at this ottoman. Why is there a bowl ring there? And I was like, So I got caught lying. And then instead of like a normal man just being like, you lied to your father, like I don't trust you anymore, and you're grounded or something like that, or just like taking away my TV time. Instead of a normal person, he's like, you know what, Kristen, you lied to me and I need you to go into the backyard. And I was like, okay. So we go into the backyard. Then he finds this piece of wood, like I guess a scrap piece of wood that he had been working on a project. And then he hands me a hammer, and then he hands me 5 rusty nails. I will never forget this. So he hands me the rusty nails and the board, and he's like, so you try to lie to me 3 different times, and you try to tell me that you didn't eat on the couch, right? And I was like, right. And he goes, okay, so what you're going to do is for every lie you told, you're going to put that nail in the board. And I was like, okay. So I put the nail in the board. So I put like, I think 4 nails in the board, whatever. And then he's like, okay, great. So they're all the way on the board. Now you're going to use that hammer again, and you're going to pull out all the nails from the board. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, pull them all out. So I was like working hard, breaking a sweat, pulling out all these freaking nails. And then afterwards, I'm like, here, they're separated. And he's like, okay, now look at the board. He goes, did the board look like that in the beginning? And I was like, no. He's like, what does it have now? I was like, now there's all these holes in it. He goes, and that is my trust. So every time you lie, it's poking all these holes in my trust for you. And I was like, oh my God, Dad, I'm so sorry. I'm never going to lie to you again. It was the worst. But I remember it very vividly. I'm excited to do it to my future children. And I don't know, he's just like, only Southern men, I feel like, will give you that type of punishment. Just like a huge roundabout, extravagant consequence. Like, please, sir. I remember one time I got punished. I don't know why I'm like ranting about all the times I was punished, but one time he made me mow the lawn, and he never told me that our lawnmower was like a push to start. So like if you hold the button, it'll like auto move itself, like auto propel itself. So I'm out here, I weigh like 95 pounds in the freaking summer heat of Texas where it's like 103, and I'm mowing this grass. And I'm just pushing it with all my might. And I was so tiny in high school. Was I in high school? Yeah, I think I was like a sophomore when that happened. I was just so itty bitty, and I had no muscle at all, but I had a fat attitude and a big mouth. Nothing's changed. So, I remember that so clearly though. He made me push that lawn, and he sat on the porch while I did it in the shade with a fan, and he like was just drinking sweet tea, because that's what Southern men do. So regardless, my dad is fabulous. He's so good. And I'm sure some of you are going to hear those stories and be like, wow, I have so many great ideas for my future children. So, Jana, if one of your boys acts up, make them mow the lawn, and don't tell them that it's an auto propel. That'll be a good one in the future, and you're welcome. You're welcome for those. Love that for you. Shout out to your future children. I'm sorry. Anyways, let's talk about this kit. It's so stunning. I got this kit as part of Sadie Stickers anniversary sale, I believe. Or I might have got it like maybe the release before that. I'm not sure, but I really, really loved this kit. It's super, super stunning. I love the rose gold details. I think Alicia from Sadie Stickers does a really wonderful job at putting the most beautiful, dainty foil details into her kit designs. And I don't know, like I feel like she's one of the shops that I can immediately recognize that it's the Sadie Stickers kit versus like something that's super generic and I'm just like, okay, the art's been recycled so many times, I don't know who the fuck that is, like I just feel like Alicia's kits are very, very unique, and I love that about her. And they're super affordable because she always lets you use like a 20% off PR code. I always switch between Taylor of Tattoo Teacher plans and then Rachel of Gathered plans. Those are my girls, so I feel like I kind of use their codes interchangeably. But I don't know who I have linked, but if you guys check the description down below, I always link any coupon codes that I know of or that I may have for some shops. So I think I have just like maybe 4 or 5. But you're welcome to use them, and then, yeah, I don't know what else I was going to say. I was going to say you're welcome to use them and, like, get shit, like you need my permission. It's going to be there no matter what. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a fabulous week this week. There's just been a lot going on in the planning community, and I don't know, like, it's been a lot. It's been tiring for me as somebody who sits on privilege just because my skin is white, but I can't even imagine how it must feel for every person of color in this community having to watch all of this ignorance just get dredged out in public and then scrutinized by people who don't understand, and they're just relying on their ignorance to get through the day. Like, I genuinely can't imagine, and I feel so sorry for you guys, and I'm sorry that as an ally there's not much I can do to get the ignorance to die down other than just to consistently stand up for what I know is right. So, oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, spread. On Monday, I kind of like forgot to record part of this, so you just kind of saw the jump frame. But on the first thing, what? What? I don't even know what I just said in my life. Wow. Top of the day, I used a Fox and Pip relaxing, chillin' blanket, cozy girl. I don't know what her actual name is, but love that. Layered it over a flag that came in the kit. Then I used a pin foil divider that is from Sadie Stickers $2 Tuesday. And then I used a Bubba Bear Studios hair washing bear to mark in that I took a shower and I had to do a hair treatment because I have scalp psoriasis. Fun facts, I literally have like every year I get a new condition to add to my list of like health issues, but scalp psoriasis was really strong that day, so I had to like put my topical medication on, which is so annoying because it makes my hair look disgusting. So if you guys ever see me hop on Instagram stories and my hair looks like whack as fuck and it looks oily and gross, I swear I'm hygienic. It's literally my topical medicine, so that way it doesn't look like I'm like the Sahara Desert on my forehead. Anyways, I used a 3 bow check. Oh my god, I just killed a bug. Oh my god, okay. I just used a 3 bow checklist to mark in the 3 stores that I had to go to that day, and I actually went with my best friend. Of course, we were being safe, so don't worry. But we had to go to IKEA because I was helping her hang up her curtains, and she bought the wrong curtain rod. So we just made a quick trip to IKEA, and I went to Dollar General just because I like to go there. I'm just like obsessed with dollar stores, like hello, duh. And then we stopped off at Orange Theory to visit my best friend at work. So he just got a new job at Orange Theory and he fucking loves it. He's getting so fit right now. Like, oh my gosh, the classes look so fun too. I really want to take one, but I don't know where there is an Orange Theory on this side of town because we live on opposite ends of Houston, and Houston's like so big. I feel like I live in the south end of Houston, but I'm not the furthermost south, but he lives in the north end of Houston, but not the furthermost north. So we are like an hour apart. But if you go from South Houston, like basically Galveston, to very North Houston, like Cypress, it'll take like an hour and a half. Like Houston is just so big, and that's if you're going on one like really nice constant freeway. But we got to see him, and I haven't seen him in forever. We were masked up 6 feet apart, but we delivered him some lunch at his work. We left at the door. He came out, grabbed it, went back in, and then we were like talking through the door window. It was just so cute. I felt like I was shopping for a new puppy, and I was just like, oh my god, you're the cutest puppy I've ever seen. Yes, queen. So cute. Miss him to pieces. I literally miss him so much. But I know, quarantine, you have to be safe, and hopefully I'll get to see him soon. On Tuesday, I used a mask emoji that I got from the Coffee Monsters Co. freebie. It was the digital download, and then I printed and cut it myself. And then I used a little car from Samantha Mae Sticks, and I created like a little checklist thing in this half box because I didn't have another checklist inside the kit. I don't think, but I don't like the flag checklist. Like those look weird to me, so I just made a little one. But I ran a ton of errands. I went to an alterationist to get my bridesmaid dress altered, which was stupid expensive, and I don't want to talk about it because it's ugly. And then I also went to donate, excuse me, sorry, just got out of breath. I also went to donate a ton of socks that I had purchased at my local shelter, and then I went to Texas Teachers, which is like my online class program, but I had to go to like drop off some paperwork and like actually ask some questions because I was super confused. And then I cleaned, so those are the things I marked. I guess I marked that I cleaned my car, but did I actually do that? I don't know. At the bottom of the day, I'm going to use a half-foiled hexagon from Saucy Sticker Co. and then a like Zoom online class type of icon from Crafts by Towie. I really regret not getting those in foil. I feel like I should have done that. And then I used an online class script from Ice Cream Joe to mark in when I took my online classes for my Texas Teachers program. It's like very tiring to take that class. Like, there's so many intricate details, so many different articles that you have to read, and then you have to write papers and responses and just analyze everything and then put a reflection up, do this assignment. It's just like so tedious, but I mean, it's going to be worth it if I can get through this program, but I am super behind. This week I totally slacked off on the weekend, and I was supposed to still take like 2 courses each day, and they take like maybe 3 hours each to do, and I was supposed to do just 3 hours of work the entire weekend, and I didn't do it. I was just so bad, but it is what it is. It's a learning curve, and I will get there eventually. I'm just making it harder on myself, I guess. Also on Tuesday, I marked in using a like appointment label and a like puppy dog emoji onesie thing from the Coffee Monsters Co. that I felt so bad for my poor sweet neighbor dog that lives below us. He just whines and whines and whines all day for hours, and so it was just like we already think that something's going on with our neighbors. Like we think that they're kind of like fighting in their relationship because they're, I don't know, like their patio is wrecked. Like it's such a mess. It's disgusting out there. We hear them yelling at each other all the time. We hear them yelling at the dog. We hear them hit the dog, and it's just like, no. So we filed a complaint. We called it in and we were like, yo, like y'all need to come check this neighbor out. Like we already have been super suspicious of him, like blah, 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 blah. Nothing ended up happening, but we didn't hear the dog whine for the rest of the night, so we were kind of just like really confused. He's alive though, because he woke us up the next morning howling, so that's great. But we just felt so bad for that dog. Like, if you guys don't know how to love a dog, then don't get a fucking dog. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. And also, if you can't afford the vet, then do not get the pet. I saw that on TikTok and I was like, oh, inspirational. Like, please take care of your animals. They are not just there as like a hobby. It is a lifelong commitment, and you have to better your animal and take care of them. AKA don't leave them kenneled up for 10 hours a day. Like, come on. I hate that. Okay. Happier thoughts on Wednesday. Top of the day, I started the day off with some Happy Mail that I actually got on Tuesday, but I did not open till Wednesday morning, so I felt like it was okay. I got an order from Kenzie's Creations, and I'm super pumped about it because I have these custom scripts that I ordered to make them say Chef K-Loaf, because I've been cooking up a storm and everything's been like actually delicious. So I was really, really excited to get those in. I have not used them in this spread though, even though I wish I did. But I have to haul them first. I'm showing some discipline. I'm going to haul it and then I'm going to do that. So it's fine. I think I also have like nap scripts in there. Oh, would have been so good for this spread, but it's fine. I'm showing some discipline. Also on this day, I marked in that I filmed some videos, which I did. I filmed the first half of this memory spread, and then I also filmed like the budget video, but I didn't put it up on time. So I'm kind of debating if I should even put that up in the beginning, like to begin with. So I don't know. I don't know if that video is going to go up or not, but I used a film script from Saucy Sticker Co. and then a YouTube slate from Sadie's Stickers. That was a $2 Tuesday as well. On that piece of washi that I'm about to put down, I used a Once More with Love pencil munchkin to mark in that I created a donor's choose, which is basically like a chair. It's like a GoFundMe kind of, but for teachers and anybody in educating, like in the educating space. So you go on there and you type up like a thing of like how much money you need, and then you give like a brief summary of your students and like how they would be affected if you got this money and what it would go towards and why you think it's so important. And then random people can kind of just check different profiles and just look to see what you have on your donor's choose profile, and if they feel like donating to you, then they can just anonymously donate, not anonymously donate, whatever. So I started setting that up because I feel like that'd be a really great tool, because unfortunately, as much as I love the Amazon wishlist because you guys are so good to me on there, thank you so much for all the books, by the way, you guys are amazing. Sometimes it's just like not the best place for supplies, especially for the classroom, because sometimes Amazon is actually way more expensive. And like for the books, for example, like there are some books that I know I can't find at a Goodwill, and I know that I'll have to buy it at retail price. So I'm okay putting it on the Amazon wish list, which is how most of the books are on the Amazon wish list. But then there are other times where I know for a fact, like Clifford books or what else is really popular? The Berenstain Bears or Frog and Toad. Like those types of books are just classics, and they've been printed and published so many times that I know that I can find them at Goodwill way cheaper. Like on Amazon, those books would probably sell for like $4 to $6 a piece, but at Goodwill, I can probably find them for $1 or $2. So I feel bad, like, when you guys purchase them, when I know that I can get it at Goodwill and still find it in a semi-good condition for just less. So I was looking into just different options that I could do, and Donors Choose was one that was recommended to me by a lot of different educators, because it's just a way for you to donate money, and then I can take that money and then purchase what I need it to, and then I can also upload proof that that's where the money went. So I really like that option, and I'm gonna try it out, but I don't have it all fully up and ready yet. But when I do, I will be sure to always leave a link in the description for you guys who choose to support my classroom, which I really appreciate. Anyways, that was a lot. Going into the rest of the day, I did Texas Teacher, so I used a new character. I believe it's a Winston from Nightingale Paper Co. And then I layered a hexagon from the kit over a hexagon from Saucy Sticker Co. to make a really beautiful rose gold border, and a laundry script from Letters to Apollo, just to mark in that I did a little bit of laundry that day, which I did, but I'm so bad I did not put it away until literally today, and I still haven't put it away. I just have it sitting in a basket in my room instead of in the dryer. Anyways, on to Thursday. Let me close my planner. There we go. On Thursday, I looked into new planner options, because this is when all this drama went down. And for those of you who are asking on my stance, I knew that I wasn't going to buy an Erin Condren planner for the new year. I knew that this was going to be my last EC, because I'm sick of the formatting and her not listening to her customers. But even more than that, whenever I heard about the graduation quote unquote protest, it was kind of just like the last straw for me, because Erin Condren has been guilty of cultural ignorance for years. This is not the first time, it's not the second time, and it's not the third time, y'all. So I feel like she's been given a lot of grace in this community, and I think that it's time that everybody stands up and really just starts to prove that we will not tolerate cultural ignorance anymore. We won't tolerate white supremacy. We will not tolerate closeted racism, and just because you don't think you're a racist doesn't mean your acts aren't racist. So I think that's just like a really big eye-opener for a lot of people in the community, and I'm really glad that the overwhelming response is to step back from EC products and really reprimand her and make sure she understands her actions entirely and how it affects other people. Because right now she is very aware of how it's affecting her. If you've read her apologies or her statements, you can see that she's clearly aware of how it affects herself, because that's all she talks about in both of those things. But she needs to be more aware of how it affects her customers, her employees, her cities, her communities. That's what the big issue is that she's never seen those effects, because she chooses not to. So I'm really, really excited to say that I will not be supporting the Erin Condren brand anymore. I will be switching into a new planner. I do plan to upload a couple videos for you guys of just different planner options, because I know a lot of you aren't going to switch until December, or whenever you decide that you're ready to. So I will try and upload those resources for you as soon as I get them in, but I do have to wait on a few orders to come in before that. I will let you know, do not wait on me for a cloud review. I felt like there were just a lot of them, and I have no interest in owning a cloud, so I did not go ahead and purchase one or any of the inserts for the cloud. So I won't have those options available to you, but there are a ton of YouTube videos already out there. So if that's something you're looking for, I would go ahead and look into I know Jessica of Letters to Apollo has the cloud. I know like every SPC girl has the cloud, and I'm sure they have some resource uploads for you guys if you want to see that layout. Going into the days that I missed, I used a tea cup little icon from Paper Muse Crafts, and I wrote the tea was hot and spicy that day because I'm dramatic. I also used a Disney Plus script from Kinsey's Creations and a TV watching character from Once More with Love to mark in that I just was watching Disney Plus movies all day. I think I watched the Even Stevens movie because I'm ridiculous. I also love watching Cadet Kelly. I've watched it 5 times since I've lived in the apartment. It's so good. And then I got, what is that? I marked that I called the apartment for something. I don't know what I call the apartment for. Oh, you know what? Maybe it was to switch my mail key. I got the wrong mail key at move-in and we didn't realize until like 2 weeks ago. So I like had to go and switch my mail keys. I don't know what that was for though. And then I also made steaks that night. So I used a Once More with Love character to mark that in. They were bomb as fuck. My man was impressed. Again, Chef Kalo. At the top of Friday, I used a sticky note from Chic Street Sticker Boutique to mark in that I bought a new planner at Michael's. So I do have that recollections video that will be coming up very, very soon. I'm actually going to film it right after I do this voiceover. And then I used that, again, face mask emoji from the Coffee Monsters code digital download freebie in her Facebook group. I used a shopping cart that was from Murdoch Talks to write in that I just ran a couple errands this day. Like I had to drop off my teacher planner at the post office because I did return it, so you won't even see that in my videos either. So I am in the market for a new teacher planner, but I'm very, very interested in the plum paper one because I love the idea of customizing the little headers, and there's just so many options. So I am deeply looking into that. If you are a fellow teacher, I would look into plum paper because that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping that there's going to be a July 4th sale, so I'm going to like kind of wait it out, but that's what my eye is on right now. I also used a half box to mark in that I made my mom's chicken pot pie recipe, which is my boyfriend's favorite meal that my mom has ever made for us. He's always been super obsessed with it, and I asked my mom to give me the recipe for it, but she doesn't have like definitive recipes because we're Asian and we don't really do that. Like we don't say add 2.5 cups of milk. Like we don't do that shit. Like she's like, you just add milk until it looks like it's enough. And I'm like, okay, great. So she kind of just gave me the general idea of what the recipe was, and I recreated it to the best of my ability, and it was so good. So my boyfriend said it was really, really good. He said if I added a little bit more pepper that it would have tasted perfect and just like my mom's. But you know, pepper is a personal preference, so I feel like it's okay. Like the flavor was all there. I had a really, it was so good. I was really, really proud that I made that. And then I did the same layering with a full foiled hexagon from Saucy Sticker Co. And then a foiled hexagon that came in the kit. And I just layered them on top of each other and used a Crafternoon script and character from Paper and Milk because I made these really beautiful bow clip display frames. So I used shadow boxes from Michael's, and then I bought some felt by the yard. I think I bought like 3 yards. No, I bought 3 feet. So how many yards is that? That's 1 yard. I bought 1 yard of felt, and then I used some felt glue to kind of make different pleats in them. And then I put it into the shadow frame, took the glass out, and now I have this really gorgeous way to display all the bows that I have from Bows and Glitter, which is a shop that I PR for. So I do have a code for you guys that you can use in the description below, especially since a lot of you are going to be switching to the cloud. It's always nice to have a plethora of bows and clips. Bows and clips and TN clasps, whatever you will. But she has some really cute ones. If you use my code, which is, I think it's KALO20, you get 20% off your order, and then you also receive my freebie bow. And for the month of June, to celebrate Pride Month, I am doing a rainbow bow, so definitely check it out. It's super, super cute. I should have showed you in this video, and I feel bad that I didn't, but it's on my Instagram, and trust me, it's gorge. On to Saturday. On a flag, I used a Once More with Love munchkin and a breakfast script from Randy Plans to mark in that I made my best friend breakfast because she stayed the night that night. So I made her breakfast. She made herself a bowl of cereal, which is fine. She's family. She can do whatever she wants in the apartment. But I also made her strawberry yogurt parfaits because she was hungry, and I'm not going to let a guest be hungry in my place. I also used I think this is from the Coffee Monsters Co., right? I don't know. I want to say that's from the Coffee Monsters Co., but I genuinely can't tell. So one of those shops, either Coffee Monsters Co. or Once More with Love, the little family eating, it's the Coffee Monsters Co. I'm confident in that. The little family eating one and a family time script from Kinsey's Creations. This was the block lettering style, but I used that to mark in that we had Father's Day fish fry at my parents' house because my dad can't celebrate on Sundays since he works on Sundays. So we always try to push up any holiday that falls on a Sunday. We push it up to Saturday so that way we can kind of spend the entire day together without him having to worry about leaving early to go to work or, you know, not being as present because he's like glued to his phone taking calls and stuff. So we always try to push those holidays up that fall on Sundays onto a Saturday. So that's what we did. And then we also did some dance practice. So I used a dabbing munchkin from Once More with Love to work that in because my brother's wedding is coming up and my brother is having like the most honky tonk wedding I've ever seen in my entire life. Like I have to wear cowgirl boots. It's literally disgusting, but it is what it is. When you live in Texas, you marry a white girl. What are you going to do? Right? So that sounded like I have a prejudice against white people. And I swear to God, I don't. Like, it's like a Texas thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it without outing her, but like, it's a cliche. Anyways, so they had to learn some line dances. So I was teaching them some line dances that I do at my school. And then they were just like, okay, lit. So they wanted to practice. They practiced for like hours, like 6 hours straight, y'all. Like my parents are dedicated. And then I also used a half box and a phone icon from Murdoch Talks to mark in that I did Pokemon Go with my boyfriend. And I used to play Pokemon Go like when it first came out for like a year. And then I got kind of bored of it. And then they started releasing all new generations of Pokemon and all this stuff. And now there's like gyms and you can battle each other and you can trade and now you can level up your friendships and you can battle Team Rocket, like all sorts of stuff. And I just stopped playing. But my boyfriend has started playing again this year. And I originally started to play as something that we could do together when we first started dating, like back in 2000 and what was that, like 16. So I played, I got like up the levels and whatever, and I caught Pokemon and it was fun, but it just wasn't my thing because I just don't know enough about Pokemon to actually care. But he's really into it, so I picked it back up so that way I can have something to do with him and just, you know, just bond again, because that's what you do when you're living together, is you just find the little things that make him happy and you do it just to spend time with him. So that's what I'm doing, and it's actually kind of fun. I don't know, I just like collecting all the Pokemon, but I just found out that eventually I have to give some away because you can't keep all of them because there's like 500 Pokemon and you can only keep 300, and I was like, but they're so cute. So just found that out, kind of heartbroken, but it is what it is. But it's been fun. At the top of the day, I used a eye-rolling munchkin and a Bye Felicia script from See Amy Draw to mark in that I was woken up to the most annoying phone call of my life. It was so stupid. I'm not going to go into it because I just don't want to start drama. Anyways, on full foiled hexagon and a hexagon from the kit layered on top, I used the chopsticks from Paper and Milk to mark in that my boyfriend and I got pho for breakfast / lunch. I mean, we went like at 10, so like brunch. We had brunch pho. It was super, super good. I love pho, and we haven't been in forever, so I was really, really excited to go. And then on an appointment label and a phone icon from Murdoch Talk, again, I marked in Pokemon Go because I ran out of Pokeballs today. This morning I ran out of Pokeballs and I was like yelling at my boyfriend in the car, and I was like, I ran out of Pokeballs. What am I gonna do? I have so many new Pokemon to catch around me and I ran out of Pokeballs. And he's like, oh my God. So he took me to this place that has like a million places to get like new resources. I don't want to sound too nerdy, but there's like a bajillion Pokestops, and when you spin the Pokestop, because you're close to it, you have to be close to it, or in proximity at least. And when you spin the Pokestop, you get like different resources like potions to help your Pokemon heal, or Pokeballs, or berries that will help like when you're catching wild Pokemon, it makes them nicer to use. That way you can catch them easier. I don't know. Like, I don't even know how to sound nerdy if I wanted to, like, because I just don't know I only know the bare minimum, basically. But it was super fun. And now I have 86 Pokeballs. And then I also have like 25 Great Balls. And then I have like 29, what's the big one? Oh, fuck, I forgot. Ultra Balls, that's what they are. So I have like all my Pokeballs and I'm so excited. And then after that, we came home and I took a fat nap. I don't know what it is, but I was just so tired. I just like put my head on the pillow because I was going to watch TikToks, and the next thing I knew, I was asleep. And then I used another hexagon layering moment and a YouTube slate from Sadie Sticker $2 Tuesday, and an edit script from Saucy Stickers Co. What a mouthful. To mark in that I'm editing a ton of videos today, which I will be, which is what this voiceover is. And then last but not least, I put down a fancy label from the kit, a hanger icon that is foiled from Sticky Sloth Designs, which I have a code for you guys for 30% off. Definitely check that shit out. And then a laundry script from Letters to Apollo, which I have a code for as well. Check that shit out. To mark in that I did laundry, and I only did laundry today because my boyfriend forced me to, because he needed to use the dryer. So that is what I did. I had a wonderful time creating this spread because this kit is super, super gorgeous. I really, really recommend that you guys check out Sadie Stickers. It's just like bomb.com, and she uses a premium mat, and I genuinely don't mind this premium mat. And that's a lot because you guys know I don't like premium mat at all, and I'd rather punch myself in the face. So here is my finished spread for y'all. I'm just giving you a little Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the flippity flip. Bye, y'all.